Hi, everyone. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this reading. This is a collective reading for January of 2026. So, here we're going to read all about the energies of January, the overall themes, the challenges, the obstacles, the gifts, the blessings. We're really just looking at what the overall energy of January 2026 is going to look and feel like for us as a collective. So, I'm going to be getting you channel messages from my guides, as well as intuitive messages, tarot messages, oracle messages. So, just stay tuned in. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you tuning into this video, and it's an honor to read for you. It's really interesting when I cut the deck, the venom appears, and I'm really drawn to this moon here in the middle of the card. The moon is definitely a theme that is coming up for us in January of 2026. Neptune will be in the final degrees of Pisces early in January, earlier in the month. And then it enters Aries on January 26th. So Neptune is a planet that's associated with our dreams and also on the more negative side, it could be like illusions. So I really feel like the early part of January is really sorting through what are our dreams? Like, how can we dream big for ourselves, especially because, it's January. It's traditionally the beginning of the year, right? If we look at our Gregorian calendar. So it is a time for goal setting and dreaming big and really setting your sights high for what you're going to aspire to achieve for the year, for 2026. So big themes are going to be really filtering through those dreams. And I'm talking about like the big aspirations you have for yourself, and also those dreams, like when you put your head down on your pillow at night, those kind of dreams, and like sorting through those subconscious messages that you get when you're dreaming, because everyone dreams, whether you remember them or not. It's just a matter of intentionally dreaming, like setting the intention that you're going to remember your dreams when you wake up and that you're going to receive the messages. And it's a matter of reflecting on them and discovering what your dreams are telling you, because your dreams are always sending you messages from your subconscious. So I do see that message there. It's about filtering through your dreams and then filtering through illusion and releasing anxiety and discovering inner truth. It's like identifying the intoxicants, the venom, and releasing the power they have over you, maybe the illusion or delusion they've set you into. Another messaging I'm getting from this, because it's clear to me, the moon is within this mouth. It looks like a mouth of like a ravenous beast, right? We see the fangs. And another big astrological theme for January is Uranus is entering Gemini, or Uranus is already in Gemini. I don't exactly have that written down of the date when it entered Gemini, but Gemini is tied to the magician in tarot. It's all about communication, how we deliver things, the magic of our words and of our intention behind them, and how words can create or destroy, right? They can manifest or they can cause destruction. And so I'm really seeing this message of being mindful with our words and the power behind them, how they can create or destroy, right? How words can be venomous or how they can carry healing. Before I started recording, I just tuned in energetically to the energy of January for 2026 for us as a collective. And I did get a very big heart opening feeling. That's really reminding me of that when I look at this color green. And then the orange and the yellows are really reminding me of all the fire involved within the energy of January 2026. So another theme that comes up in the astrology is the Ace of Wands, which is like the first card in the fire suit of wands. And it is very reminiscent of Aries energy. Typically, the aces signify any fire sign, but Aries is a strong theme and zodiac sign of January because we have Neptune entering Aries. I believe I already said that on January 26th after it leaves Pisces. But then we also have Saturn in Aries. So these just both, Ace of Wands energy, that fire, it brings in a big initiation energy. We are crossing a threshold. Of course, we're leaving one year, a numerological year of 2025 into 2026. And we're stepping into a new year or a new era for ourselves in January. So this is an initiatory fire. It's also the fire of the Emperor, where it's asking us to claim responsibility and responsible authority and leadership, which is that Aries and Saturn energy. Saturn is, it's all about discipline and structure and being accountable, getting things done, and setting limits that are like structures that help us to be productive when they're in balance. All right, so guides, what's the energy, the overall energy and themes of January of 2026? What's the overall energy and themes? Interesting, the sustainer. So Aries is the initiator in the zodiac. And a negative side of Aries is that it can really, even though it can ignite passion and it really helps you begin, it can, on the negative side, tend to be impulsive and maybe not finish things. So I can see here with sustainer showing up, it is going to be really important that we have some sort of sustaining energy within us so that our fire doesn't get burnt out, so that we don't burn too hot too quickly and burn out and run out of vitality or oomph to kind of motivation, to keep moving forward on our passions and our dreams and our desires for this new year. Okay, energy of 2026, overall energy of January 2026, overall energy of January. The maiden really reminds me of Gemini because it's like that really young energy, that really playful energy of January 2026. All right, the energy of January 2026. 2 cards. Yes. Okay, the mother and the shaman. And then we actually got the womb at the bottom. So the mother is a really big archetypal theme for January. We have a Cancer full moon that's on January 3rd, so early January. And then Jupiter is also in Cancer. Cancer is the mother. So I find that really interesting. It's really mirroring the astrology. The shaman is the healer. I really think the womb speaks to that initiatory energy that we saw earlier when I mentioned like fire, the fire energy and the Ace of Wands energy. And I'm really seeing that in this card. Look at all the fiery colors. And it's so interesting how, see the pearl here in the womb, which was the underlying energy, the bottom of the deck energy, and the mother, which the mother holds the womb. And then in the shaman, it's like these pearls, not that this is actually physically possible, I don't think, but it's almost like the pearls alchemizing into diamonds is what I'm seeing here. It's like we're transforming something that has great value to us, but it's within us. It's like a deep-seated pearl. See how the pearl's in the center of both of these cards, and it's like it's held within the womb. It's held within the nest, which is the nest within the mother is the womb, right? So it's held deep within us. Potentially for some of us, it might be buried. I'm seeing all the darkness here. It's almost like I'm seeing the pearl as a metaphor for treasures or gifts that we've maybe kept hidden, maybe even unconsciously, in an effort to protect ourselves or to protect our gifts. But it's like in January of 2026, I see those pearls that have been kept safe for quite some time. And in the past, I see it's like we're as a collective, we're getting ready to expose them. But I don't even like the word expose. It's like we're getting ready to let them shine brilliantly like a diamond. We're getting ready to let the world see our inner pearl's luster. Themes of safety are definitely coming into play for January within the astrology because we have Cancer coming in. And because Jupiter is in Cancer, Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion. And there's really these themes around home and safety and children. These are all really giving me those Cancer vibes, like that of protecting the inner child is what I'm seeing here. That of protecting your heart. Cancer is also the Queen of Cups energy in the tarot. And if you think of the Queen of Cups, she is the one who holds the closed cup. She's the only one who has a closed cup in the tarot deck. So it can have this energy of needing to protect your feelings and protect your heart in some way, protect your sensitivity in some way. So I'm seeing all these Cancer themes are really strong. Actually, when I tuned into the energy of January before I started recording, I felt a lot of water energy, but I also felt calm and stable. So I felt very much the Queen of Cups energy, which is Cancer, and then also the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, which is Capricorn, and our new moon, which comes later in the month. Yeah, the mid-month. It's we have a new moon in Capricorn, which is Queen of Pentacles energy. And I'm really seeing this evolution of the Cancer energy with the womb and the mother for obvious reasons, because Cancer is the mother. And this idea of protection, like protecting an idea, protecting a passion, protecting something of value like a pearl within us. It could even be a spiritual wisdom. That's symbolism of a pearl. And then this evolution into more of a Capricorn energy, which she is the Queen of Pentacles. She's the keeper of the diamonds. And she's what grounds, she's the energy or the queen that grounds things into the physical. I feel like for a lot of us who've been working on purifying ourselves internally, like that internal pearl, if you've been doing that inner work in 2025, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. And they're going to start to come to fruition in January. Just like this alchemy and manifestation of a pearl into a diamond. I'm also seeing that a lot of us, either we've already gone through this or we will be going through this more in January, some sort of death or dying off of an old persona, an old identity, maybe old mask we wore. Seeing the 3 skulls right here. Yeah, look at this gold. A lot of abundance coming in the physical for a lot of us. And it's going to start, like those seeds are going to be planted in January. I feel like whatever it is you're reaching towards, you're going to feel closer to it in January. Like you're going to feel like this hand, it's going to feel like it's within reach, even though you don't already have it in your hand. It's like you can almost feel it reaching towards you as you reach towards it. And definitely a lot of healing in January, because the shaman helps others heal. And in that effort of helping others, it heals itself. He or she, as the shaman, heals. I'm seeing lots of themes of channeling and manifestation, especially with the descending triangle, and of potentially shadow work or just like a death and rebirth process that we're collectively going through. Let's get some oracle cards for January. And then we're going to do a week by week spread to kind of see the energies that play, more practical energies that play in our day-to-day of January. Orphans released. Yes. So this is about releasing our fear of rejection. This is about no longer feeling alone or isolated or fear of not being accepted for who you are. You know, the mother and her light always accepts her children for who they are. And she nurtures them. She nurtures their talents, their gifts, their strengths so that they can grow to their fullness. Let me get some oracle messages for the month of January. Oracle messages for the month of January. Yes, between worlds, we're definitely crossing a threshold. Clean it up. Cleaning out any old energy that's not yours, that's not serving you. Don't take it with you into this new year. Don't take it with you into January. Clean it all up. Get in touch with it. Journal, reflect, review. We do have a Mercury retrograde in late January. So this is a perfect time for reviewing, revising, cleaning things up. This is like about recalibrating and reflecting before you take action, before you speak, before you move forward. So Mercury retrograde is a great time for that. It's like the deep cleansing and reflection we need before we move forward. And then we don't actually enter the fire horse year. So we're leaving the snake year and moving into the fire horse year. We don't actually enter the fire horse year until February 17th, I believe. So this is a really great time to tie up loose ends and to really cut cords and cleanse yourself of those energies that you don't want to carry with you into the fire horse year. What else, guys? What else? Okay, it's so funny this card came out because I thought I saw this card earlier and it was a different card. Never Ending Story is about it's repeating karmic patterns. And I know a lot of people are saying this, but we've just recently ended a 9-year cycle. So you really want to be mindful of what patterns you're keeping on repeat because you don't want to enter another 9-year cycle repeating the same cycle you repeated the last 9 years, right? It's like getting yourself out of the karmic loop and really changing your story, choosing to narrate your own story, to be the creator or co-creator of your own story. This is all about embodied empowerment. Cancer is all about using your emotional intelligence to embody empowerment. I really feel like the Fates is just speaking to how the cosmos is orchestrating events on our behalf. It's really saying, and speaking to the astrology, right? The stars, it's really saying how the stars are aligning in our favor right now. So it's just really a great time to trust and to release any sort of fear of unknown or uncertainty. We are, on a deeper level, really being called to step up and embody our becoming for January, to really embody our authenticity, which is the star in the tarot. Pluto actually enters Aquarius in the astrology of January. That is a long-term transit, so I'm not sure when it started, but this is a collective awakening around power, around technology, around systems. And again, this is all about those old identities dying, that death process I spoke of before, and the rebirth process, and new roles, new identities emerging that are more authentic and true to us, right? It's the diamond emerging from the pearl, meaning it's deeply spiritual and it's refined, it's purified. All right, let's get the week by week spread going. This is going to be a really powerful month for us, you guys. I love how we're seeing the water energy of Cancer and the earth energy of Capricorn with that new moon. And I feel like the practical, like action oriented, of course, that's earth, but energies like clean it up are showing up. And then the water, more like ethereal, spiritual, mystical energies. I love that they're showing up too. Okay, so let's get a week by week spread. And I love too that Gemini showed up. So in my head, when I said the magician was Gemini, the magician is associated with Gemini, but so is the lovers. And as I was speaking, I was hearing that. It's so funny because I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, but I also have a Gemini moon. And so my mind tends to work faster than like my words can come out. But I love seeing this here. So this is just more of that Gemini energy. And like I said, the transit we're experiencing is Uranus and Gemini. And so it's a radical change. It's a radical shift. Gemini is all about balancing the dark and the light, the feminine, the masculine. It's the journey of the twins. I really feel like this being here when I cut the deck, it's just saying that we are divinely guided. We're divinely supported. See Archangel Raphael here. And he's the angel of the heart chakra. So again, I think it's reiterating that heart opening moment of the month. And to me right now, I'm getting this message of this is our opportunity to escape the matrix, because I've never gotten that message with this card. But if you look at this card, it's depicting Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. And we all know the story, right? Where Adam took the apple from Eve. They both ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You know the story. Anyway, right? And then they had the fall from grace, or the fall from the Garden of Eden. And here we are now, later generations on Earth, living out in the 3D matrix in the simulation. And I'm just really seeing the liberation quality of this card, right? The opposite of this card is the devil, because it's the 15th card in the major arcana. 1 + 5 is 6, right? They're octaves of one another. So I just really see this, love sets you free, right? So I see this as our liberation moment, our moment to escape the attachments of the devil, to escape the busyness of earthly life, right? Of not being present or not staying grounded in your reality and being caught up in systems and structures that are oppressing us or keeping us small and contained, or that are draining our energy and depleting our luster, right? I see this as a beautiful omen for liberation for us. And just ignore the sticky notes. They're just covering nudity for YouTube censoring. So what is the week by week messages? What's going to happen? Like the dynamics of week by week in January, the dynamics of week by week in January. Yeah, I love that. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. It's releasing busyness and just kind of going with the flow and trusting that everything's happening for a reason and that you can handle it, whatever it is, right? What's the first week of January look like for us as a collective? First week of January. Nice. Second week of January. Ace of Wands appears. Second week. Oops. Okay. Multiple card. Third week of January and the final 4th week of January. Final 4th week of January. Okay. 2 card split. Okay. And let's get first week Oracle message, second week Oracle message, third week Oracle message, fourth. Yes. Fear in reverse at the bottom. This is all about releasing fear, anything holding us back, embracing the courage of that Aries energy, right? Of that fire. It's really interesting how we start the month with the 3 of Cups and we end the month with the 3 of Swords. So again, I talked about Cancer being being like a prevalent energy or archetype within the month of January 2026. And Cancer, I said, is the divine mother. Cancer is a very emotional sign. Cups are a suit of our emotions and also of our relationships. And we start the month really happy, really celebratory. I mean, that makes sense. Usually everyone's celebrating the new year. We just came out of the Christmas holiday, at least if you were in the Western Hemisphere. So I really feel like the beginning of the month, we're still in celebratory mode. We're making connections, or we're at least spending time with those that are important to us. And then at the end of the month, we end with the 3 of Swords. It's so interesting because even though this is a swords suit, a swords card, swords are of the mind. So they're very mental. This is probably the most emotional card out of the swords suit. It has a heart in it, right? Cancer can also be about grief or processing grief. So I do feel that if some of us have some unprocessed grief, it's like January is going to help you process that. It's going to help you cleanse that. I especially see that echoed with the Bond card in reverse as the Oracle card for the final week of January. It's really like, it's about releasing, it's almost like releasing the fear of being hurt, and any bonds, ties, or vows, cords we have connecting us to heartbreak or trauma or fear. Those are going to be broken by the end of the month. So that's beautiful. So 3s are all about harmony, and they're the number of creation. They're tied to the Empress in tarot. So it's really interesting here how we have direction as the oracle message with the 3 of Cups and the Hermit. So I think this is all about what connections do we want to make or keep? What do we want to create for 2026? And what do we want to leave behind? Because the Hermit is a 9 card. Again, it's all about ending those cycles we spoke of when we talked about ending the 9-year cycle and the never-ending story. So direction being here, I think this is about making conscious decisions and having direction. It's like you're going to come into moments of clarity in the first week that are going to help you be more directed. You're going to realize what people in your life are mirroring you effectively to help you better direct your life, because that's what the Hermit does. He kind of he sees other people as his mirror, because he's very tied to the moon, which is all about reflection and mirrors. And we saw that moon earlier in the Venom card, right? The first week is a really important time to pay attention to those mirrors. So pay attention to the people in your life who are, what are they reflecting back to you? What aspects of yourself? Are they strengths? Are they growth, or are they fears? Are they negative aspects of the self that we're trying to outgrow? The Hermit is all about discovering the wisdom within, finding your own inner light, see the star in his lantern, processing, discovering, like really learning of that inner wisdom through experience, and then emerging from your cave, emerging from solitude and sharing your wisdom, your light with the world. So this is all about using our relationships to help us navigate direction within the first week of January. So that's beautiful. The second week, we find that direction and we take it with our Ace of Wands, right? We're grabbing our Ace of Wands. I already said that's a strong energy of January. So this is like a passion being ignited. This is like a spiritual truth being discovered. This is about you finding your inner fire within that's maybe been laying dormant or hidden, or it's just not, it's like grasping an opportunity and going with it. See, this is the divine handing you your magic wand and telling you, go for it. Manifest whatever you want. And then we're going on a journey. And again, these themes of Cancer with water and motherhood, because there's a mother and her child. This is us journeying to a better place. And we become the Fool, which is embarking a new beginning. So the second week of January is all about embracing a new beginning and going on a new journey and doing it fearlessly. See how the Fool is facing the Six of Swords? He's going for the journey, and that thing that lights him up, his spark, his internal spark, his flame, he's doing it fearlessly. And Commitment in reverse being the Oracle card. This is saying, it's kind of like the advice or the maybe warning to let go of any commitments, any bonds, any commitments that could be holding you back. And I think I think we're going to recognize what those are as a collective because it came up in reverse. And like I saw with the Lovers card, with the Gemini card, right? We're going to be liberated. Gemini is a very liberated sign. It's an air sign. Gemini is like not tied to so much conditioning that a lot of us are, right? Gemini can be very flirty. Gemini is not afraid to start the new thing. Gemini is very curious. So the second week is all about embracing that Gemini energy, right? Being light on our feet, being adaptable, being curious, being optimistic. And then the third week brings us into preparation and mastery of the King of Wands. And then we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse with it. This is us taking practical steps of building our empire, building our kingdom. Whatever it is you want to create, it's that fiery, passionate thing that you want. Whatever it is you want in your life, that big picture dream or goal that you have for 2026. In the third week of January, you're going to start building it. But it is going to require you to release some emotion with the Ace of Cups in reverse here that's maybe prevented you from moving forward. I want to get more information on that. Can I get more on the Ace of Cups reverse in the third week of January? Ace of Cups reverse and third week of January. I think this is about us releasing triggers and ideas that kept us kind of in internal conflict that could have kept you from seeing your vision of the future or from like going for and manifesting what it is you want. The Five of Wands, like upright, can be like a very competitive energy. It can be, like comparing what you have or what you believe you're worthy of to like what others have and where they're at in life. I really feel like this is a big message because it came up because it came up in reverse. And so did the Ace of Cups. It is a big message of releasing emotion and of things like that maybe have been buried within us, like that pearl, right, that we saw earlier with our womb and mother cards. It's about releasing the need to feel safe before we can act and releasing emotions and desires that were maybe contributing to us staying hidden or not taking action. It's kind of like in the third week, that veil, that illusion that we spoke of earlier with the moon. Is that when Neptune enters Aries? Let me check. Yeah. So I don't know, roundabout there. So Neptune enters Aries January 26th. So it's like a lifting of a veil, a releasing of some sort of illusion for ourselves collectively. And it's going to help us take practical action forward toward our mastery, which is the King of Wands. And in the fourth week, again, I just really see healing for us. It's like healing some emotional wounds that have maybe been weighing on us mentally. And that empowers us to be more focused and to be more fearless. Again, with the releasing the bonds. This could be any vow you made, conscious or unconscious, towards something that caused you pain. It could even be like a vow you made towards scarcity that you unconsciously said, that like developed a belief system within you unconsciously that you could only have so much, right? So like I said, I feel like this month is going to be very liberating for us as a collective. Lots of heart energy, lots of new beginnings, crossing the threshold like we spoke of. Remember the guides, our ancestors, the astrology, it's all on our side. So definitely tuning into your divine connection is going to support you in January. Cleaning up, releasing old stories, old narratives, outdated narratives that no longer fit. Really tuning into that mother energy, mothering yourself, nurturing yourself, the healing energy of the shaman, healing yourself. Paramahansa Yogananda, the great guru, said something to the effect of, change yourself and you will change thousands. So it is really about focusing on yourself and your own growth and how that affects our relationships and the people around us. I mean, look at this. We have the Hermit, we have the Fool, a King, a Knight. The only card, well, these are the only two cards with other people in them, right? And they're very relational cards. They're both cards of like threes, I said, are of harmony. Sixes are about an energy exchange, a currency exchange. Let's just get some final messages. Final messages for January 2026. A magical journey is about to begin. Prepare yourself. And that's so crazy. It fell out over here above preparation and on direction. Magical journey is about to begin. Prepare yourself. Your magical abilities are growing. Use them wisely. A serendipitous event will bring you joy and success. Beautiful. Ancient wisdom will find you. Listen for the whispers of the past. Beautiful. So definitely speak to your ancestors. Tune in to your ancestral wisdom, the wisdom of the hermit, that inner wisdom. Meditate, sit in silence, be optimistic, look for synchronicities and this beautiful event that's going to bring us joy and success. And tune into your magical abilities, foster them, help them grow, use them wisely, and open yourself up to this new beginning, guys. So I'm wishing all of you a very happy January and beginning of 2026, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye-bye.